All right, should be good.
All right. So I'll just copy this.
I think you just need the period right at the end of it.
Oh, I thought I got it.
Oh, no, you're good.
There. Put it into the command prompt. I can't see it. Hold on. Let me zoom out. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. First, enter this. Awesome. Now, we then need to enter. Excuse me one moment. Let me zoom in again. Let's see here. Gotta collect this. Some. And let me open that back up. And let me paste that. And I'll zoom out again. There. All right. It's in. So now to connect to PG admin. Oh, wait, so hold on. Do I go to PG admin now?
No, I think we can just jump down to the next section.
All right, cool. We'll jump to HPMS now. Now, open the root project at IntelliJ and go to project root. Follow the instructions. You will need to restart the database container after running tests so that it always starts from the initial state. You can do that by opening the Docker desktop, going to contains and deleting. Should I show that or?
Yeah, if you want to. You don't have to actually delete it, but yeah, like
Yeah,
this is
I'll just show them like where is it?
what's that? Yeah.
Oh, right here. Yeah, I'll just keep that on reference for them.
Okay.
Figured that'd be useful to direct them to that.
True, true.
Okay, so let's see here. Go to Purchase Management Application System. So right here, and click button next to public class home purchase man blah 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 blah. API will now be running the local host. So let's do that. Boom.
Nice.
All right, it is running. So now you can do this by opening blah 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 to test to see if it's running. Open Postman and import the. I'm assuming we've already imported it.
Yeah, it's these real estate API. This one right
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
You just have to select one of the tests inside of it.
So so create realtor.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So
Uh,
where do we
yep.
just send it?
Yeah, you should be everything should be running. Nice.
Cool. Now I will head back in. Let's see here. Test will now be running. Connection closed. Um, and collect send. And to see the spring generated swagger.json in browser, go to that, which I'll just click it.
Yep. Nice.
All
So
right,
this
that
would
should
be
be everything.
nice. All right, I will take control and I'll do the wrestler and the Uh, then we'll do something. We'll show the Chat GPT thing. So for the wrestler section, as we've stated
Are you
before,
still recording?
yeah, it should still be
Okay,
recording.
gotcha. Okay.
Um, so for like the wrestler section, first thing we want to do, because we made a change to the database, and we always want to start with a fresh database, we can just stop it, delete it, and then hit delete forever. And then if you go back to that command prompt, you should be able to just run the very last of the two commands, but you can always run both of them. Doesn't hurt. So it'll restart the database and make it fresh, so there's no changes to it. And then you just follow the way down this. So we'll open up the fuzzer. So uh, again, open up in command prompt, go to the root of the project, but then go into the wrestler fuzzer main folder that's in here. And then you should be able to just run these for all the different commands. Um,
Mhm.
there's examples in here, uh, but basically you'll just want to add the various paths that are listed in here. Um, but once you do that, just paste your command in. You run it. We can see it's starting to compile, and then in here we'll see a compile folder with a bunch of fun stuff in it. It actually like generates things like here's the realtor create. So there's a bunch of stuff in them. Next thing, if you want to just run the basic test, you copy this command, paste it in real quick, and then it shows, and you can see it's running against it. I was able to validate 5 of them, but it ran requests for all 12. Um, but now that we've actually done something and tested, like ran stuff against our system, as you can see, the connection closed. We actually have to stop and restart. Oops, stop and restart Docker because we always want to make sure we are running against a fresh database. So then we start it back up again. And then we'll do the fuzz lean command. We'll control C. We want this. No, sorry. We want this one. We'll paste our, oops, didn't quite work the way we wanted it to. Let's go back. Copy this. Come in here. Paste this. So this will be your fuzz lean. Click enter, and you can see it's doing sending requests. This will take usually about 30 seconds to a minute. Um, give it a second. And it starts, yeah. Just keep running. And then we can see it finishes. If there's any failures, you can see them here. And then it just goes through and lists everything. And here we should now see this fuzz lean folder. And from the testing one, you can see this test folder. These just have logs and whatnot in them.
Yeah.
And then again, we can stop and start the database. Stop it, delete it, restart it. If you want, it's not necessary, but if you want to, you can always restart the application itself. That'll help clear out this console, but not necessary. And now we can go to the last command, which is the fuzz command, which we can see is right here. We come in here, I copied that again. So let's go back. Let's recopy this real quick. Control C. Come in here, paste. So this time budget, the biggest thing to note is one, if you put a one here, this means it will try to run for 1 hour. If it runs into issues, though, it will stop early. That was something we had noticed uh,
Yeah,
when
probably
working
don't
on
want it
this.
running for a whole hour unless you need to.
Yeah, so that would be another thing. So you can always just change this to like 0.01, which should get
That
you,
makes it run for 1 minute.
yeah, this should get you 1 minute. So we'll run
Because,
it.
yeah, I remember I was running this thing before,
Yeah,
and well, yeah, I remember I got completely screwed by that, so
that's fair.
don't make the same mistake as me, kids.
So yeah, this will run. Shouldn't take too long, but we can already see in the left here, it ran. It actually was able to run more of the endpoints, which is always a good thing. But over here on the left, we can see we have this fuzz folder, which now has some stuff in it. So that's everything for Wrestler. What you can do now to show the ChatGPT side of things. Um, so in this project down here at the bottom, we have the swagger.json that just comes from this link. If you want, you can try using this one and then pasting it into ChatGPT. Um, but I'll just copy it from here. So A, C. There's quite a bit to it, so it's quite long. Um, but yeah, copy this. If you go to ChatGPT, you just kind of have to prompt it. So it'd be here is my swagger.json. And then you can paste it. Uh, and then you just give ChatGPT a second. It goes and starts thinking. Uh, and you can see it's starting to realize, you can pick up realtor customer homes purchases. Gives you a quick summary of kind of all the endpoints. And I think because we've been talking to it before, it is now kind of has it in memory with our account that we're going to be wanting postman collections. So it already picked up on this. You probably won't see it, so there might be some more prompting you'd have to do on your end to actually get it to go that far. But as you saw, we started from a fresh conversation, but you can just say, so it's asking if I would like a postman collection based on its definition. I would say, yes. Can you generate a postman collection for me? And you just give it a minute. And depending on how it works, sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it gets it wrong. And it's not always perfectly formatted. You can see from our links in our uh, report that you definitely have to prompt it a good amount to get it to do what you want. And it doesn't always get it right the first try. So keep that in mind as we download this, just in case. So we'll download it. So it's showing that it's here. So if I just control X, we can go to here, school 5370 into our folder here. We'll just drop this into here for the moment. Um, then if we open up Postman again, you can click on import, go to select files, and that was called HPMS Postman Collection. So we just say open and we find the HPMS. Let's see, what did it actually give it? So the easiest way to see what name it will show up in Postman is if you go into IntelliJ and you open up the collection, this is the name it will have in Postman. So it's calling it HPMS API collection. So if I go into going into Postman, we're looking for HPMS API collection, and we can see it's created collections for everything. We can try actually running one of these and see if it worked. As long as we're running this and this is running, so we're good. Let's give it a shot. See if it works. And there we go. We can see that it actually started it up and it's starting to create things. But yeah, that is kind of the conclusion and shows that our project at least will work and that you can get Wrestler and ChatGPT um, to test your based or create tests based off an open API schema. So just to show at least one endpoint works, and let's even try the customer really quick. So this one actually caught one of the implemented bugs in the software, which again, there's a table in the report that you can go look at, but this one in particular, there's a bug that will cause the service to fail if the first name passed in has an A in it. So it's cool to
Yeah,
see it working.
which is pretty weird.
hmm but all right, with that, we will stop and thanks for watching.